Hey, what's going on? You're watching All the Way Up Crypto, and I am your host, Eric. So, anybody care to take a guess where Bitcoin price is at right now? It is Wednesday. It's about 4:30 Eastern time. I looked, last was around like 13,800 or something. And it's funny because last night I was on the phone with a buddy of mine who obviously does a lot of crypto. I shouldn't say on the phone, we were actually Skyping because we're got some trades going on that we're doing. But anyway, it was like 11:07 yesterday, like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night. And we were sitting there watching, and it went up to like 12:07. I was like, whoa, baby. And we were trying to base some of our sell orders that we had going on off the price of Bitcoin. We're like, where's Bitcoin going to go to? When's it going to stop? So we ran some Fibonacci retracement stuff. I think before Bitcoin decides to stop and turn around and drop back down for a correction, my Fib numbers were like 14,700 and some dollars. That's it's probably gonna get there. And you know what? I was looking at it, and for those of you that don't know, trading stuff kind of happens. They call them fractals, they call them patterns. There's all kinds of different rhyme or reason as to why things trade the way they do. But mostly it's based off of human emotion, and that's why something like the Fibonacci numbers come into play as far as where prices usually find support and resistance. And then people set their bots up and trade off those numbers. So it's just one big, happy family of people trading off these things. But we were looking, I said, it's going to go up there. I said, it's got a couple days. If anything, I said, it might take a little sideways bounce for 2 or 3 days, and then it's going to go back up again. And that's probably what's going to happen. But I thought it was going to go sideways from the 12.7 last night, not jump up to 13.8. That's like $2,000 in like 2 days. It's crazy. It's good stuff, though. It's good stuff. So some of you are probably sitting there thinking, well, what the heck am I supposed to do if I don't have Bitcoin, or if I don't have a lot of Bitcoin, but I have a bunch of these altcoins? I have thousands of these. I have thousands of Digibyte because it's a good one, or I have a bunch of Komodo or Cardano or something that's in dollar value a lot cheaper, much easier to get your hands on, much easier to accumulate more of it. Hang tight, okay? Eventually, the profits will come off of Bitcoin and go into some of these altcoins. And based off of certain things like Fibonacci retracement numbers and how Elliott wave ties into things, some of these alts still need to go down more. And they're going to. They're going to go down in their, some of them still need to go in their down in their Satoshi value. And there's a few of them that aren't quite there yet, in my opinion, as far as low as they need to get to before people start dumping their Bitcoin into Digibyte. Or even Komodo, I think, isn't quite bottomed out yet. Well, there's a couple other ones up there. Cardano is probably another one. So hang tight. It's kind of like if you had a container of water and things kind of slosh back and forth. That is what is going to happen. I'm confident that that's what's going to happen. Like I said, I think we see 14.7 something, 14.8. Originally I was thinking 13.8. Well, there it is, 13,583 current price. Just showed up on my phone. But still, that's awesome. But it's funny is people out there still think Bitcoin is in a bubble or it has no intrinsic value, and they just don't understand. They don't understand it. They don't understand what Bitcoin did, what it created. And like I said before, it actually completely flips around or makes you rethink how trust should happen, right? Because it's trustless. I want to send any of you people watching this Bitcoin, I just get your address and I send it. I don't have to be like, hey guys, did you get your Bitcoin? No, I know it went there. Just saying. So, if you're looking for a coin that's at the bottom, there's one out there that could get you some nice returns, I think. Even if it only goes up to its old all-time high, which I think it'll go there when the alts start to pump. So when we get the sloshing into the alts, I think what will happen, because this coin could go up to its old all-time high. So, little secret, red coin. And initially when I heard about this coin possibly popping off, I'm like, I don't know, I haven't heard much about it. Well, recently, I'm talking recently, really recently, they've been pretty active. Okay, they've been around actually longer than what most people think. I think they've been around since 2014, and the whole intention behind Redcoin was to be a tipping cryptocurrency on the social media sites. And actually, the name came because they wanted to be a tipping coin on Reddit. Go figure. So you can actually find some decent interviews as one of the lead developers on Redcoin and get a little bit more info on it. But my take on Redcoin is there's some things that are going on, some talks that are going on, some changes that'll come out, some updates that'll come out that'll benefit everyone, and it could be a pretty big deal. The other thing that's cool about Redcoin is it's proof of stake. So what I want to tell you is its current Satoshi value has been hanging around like 20 Satoshis. So if you're into trading, or if you're like, well, why are you talking Satoshi value? I just want to know the dollar value of my cryptocurrency. It shouldn't matter. You should think about accumulating Satoshis, stack Satoshis. I'm not saying that so Bitcoin pumps. I'm saying that because everything you trade in and out of is going to gain in against Bitcoin, because everything trades against Bitcoin. The volume for all of your trading pairs comes from Bitcoin, right? You can get in and out of just about every stinking cryptocurrency out there if you have Bitcoin, because it's the most liquid. It's been around the longest. I mean, what other coin's been around 10 years? None, right? So there are other trading pairs. Ethereum has a lot of trading pairs with it, but the volume's not there, and it has a lot of trading pairs because of the ERC20 tokens. So, and we all know, I mean, in reality, Ethereum, if you calculated the total value of all the tokens that were created during the ICO boom, Ethereum is probably worth a lot more than Bitcoin is right now. Like, if you took all the money from the ICO, the ERC20 tokens, and threw it into Ethereum, sorry Bitcoin, but you wouldn't be king. So anyway, yeah, I mean, 13.5, 13.8, I like it. Okay, so maybe we go sideways tomorrow and Friday and then pop up over the weekend. I think that's what could happen. Very possibly, very good possibility that's what happens. So anyway, that's my little chit chat, what's on my mind. Again, if you guys want to take advantage of Red, something to consider. It's not financial advice, but if it does go up to its old all-time high, you just multiplied your value by 10x, because it's at about 20 Satoshis. Its all-time high was like 200 and right around 200, maybe 196. That was on Bittrex Redcoin Bitcoin pairing. I don't think Redcoin's paired with anything else. If it is, it might be on some other exchange, but if you're trading on exchanges, you want to use the exchanges that have the most volume moving around, because you can get your orders filled faster. Or, it's just the way it is. It's more people using it, the quicker your order gets filled. So if you're selling something or buying something, it's pretty quick. So keep a watch out for that 14.7, 14.8 price target with Bitcoin. Now here's another thing I want to tell you. If Bitcoin does drop, and I don't know when it's gonna drop, but we all know it'll drop at some point. The 150-day moving average. Keep an eye on that, because in the past, when Bitcoin started into a bull market, it held support above that the whole time, and then obviously when things started coming down, we got below it, well, then we were in that wonderful bear market. So keep an eye on that. So if it does pull back, you could use that as a possible support number, depending on where it's at. It's going to move up from where it's at now, which is right around 5,800 maybe, somewhere around there. I don't think we're going to pull back that far. We could. It would have to happen like tomorrow overnight. Boom, crash. I just don't see that happening. Why do I think prices going up with Bitcoin? I'll tell you why. LedgerX is a company. They just got their futures contract approved by the CFTC. So if you didn't hear that, that's a pretty big deal. And they got theirs approved before backed, which is surprising. But regardless, backed should be coming up soon. They're doing their beta testing on their trading platform for futures contracts. So there's a lot of reason for Bitcoin to be going up in price. And is it possible that it's, buy the rumor, sell the news? So, and here's the other thing. The futures contracts for Bitcoin are, I'm pretty sure they're over on the 28th. So, I was doing this, thinking about this, looking at the charts last night. I said to myself, is it possible that these people are going to short the market once it hits that Fibonacci number 15, right around 15, like I told you, 14.7 number? Is it possible? Does it hit there? Does it run all the way up to that? And then the people that have futures contracts, that have money, that have Bitcoin, they go in and they start selling and short the market, and they play that game, and because they know how to play that game, they increase their holdings. Not a bad game to play if you're well and you can do that, but that's just the way free markets work. So, I think that could be a possibility. I'm like 50-50 on it. It could happen or it could not happen. I think we're going to hit a point, though, when Bitcoin gets closer to 20K, like it did at its all-time high back in December 2017 / January 2018. You're going to have a lot of FOMO. I mean, nobody knows how high it could go after that. You could draw fib lines, trend lines. I mean, you really don't know. And Litecoin's down to 129. You really just don't know what could happen. I think we have institutional money coming in. I think you have more adoption happening. You have the halvening coming up next year with Bitcoin. You have the halvening with Litecoin this year in August. You got updates out the wazoo from some of these blockchains. I just think this run-up is going to be... It's going to make 2017 look tiny. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. We're going to be saying holy balls. Holy balls. For those of you that own crypto, if you don't own any crypto and you're watching this and you're possibly a troll, well, Bitcoin now below 12,000. 11,945. It didn't take long to drop $1,500. See what I mean? You can't FOMO into that stuff, guys. You can't FOMO into the old Bitcoin. You want to accumulate it, though. Figure out ways to accumulate. Stack those Satoshis. right? Maybe this drop right now that's happening while I'm talking to you is the turning of the tides over to the altcoins. Who knows? But I think this weekend, because of the futures contracts market, those jerks are going to short it. So that's what I think. 50-50 though. Not financial advice. All right. Hey, sorry about my rambling on today. So hope you're all doing well. Until we meet again, my friends, stay crypto, my friends.